Hello you guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to this new series. As you probably can tell from the title of the video, this is a new series dubbed Moving Abroad Lesson 101 with your one and only Miss Mukoya. So guys, as you probably already know, I am in Ireland. I am no longer in Kenya, and when I was moving to Ireland, I really tried to find information and resources about moving to Ireland as an African, specifically Kenyan. And guys, honestly, I couldn't find as much info as I would have wanted at that time. I looked up on social media, I searched up TikTok, I searched up YouTube. I could find the most popular destinations for immigrants. I could find US, I could find UK, I could find some about Canada, but specifically Ireland and Europe. A little bit about Canada as well. It wasn't as clear for me, so I told myself, if this works out and I'm able to come to Ireland, I would do a series on moving abroad, lesson 101, with Miss Mukoya as a rookie who came here blindly with no friends, no family. I literally did not know anyone in Ireland, so this is what I'm here to do, and I hope you enjoy this series. And if you're looking to immigrate from your country, girl, man, whatever you are, you can do it. And so for this first episode, I just want to talk about why I moved to Ireland. I do know that Ireland is not a popular destination for immigrants. It is slowly becoming a popular destination, but for most people it wasn't until very recently. Initially, let us start here, I did not want to move to Ireland. I didn't even know about I knew about Ireland, but I had never sat down and thought that, oh, I might actually one day become part of the Irish community. I had never thought about it, ever. So in my head, I knew from the word go, from a very young age, probably very small girl, I've always known I want to move abroad. I want to travel abroad. I didn't think about the specific period of time or what specifically I wanted to do abroad, but I knew I wanted to move abroad, and the country that I wanted to move to was the USA, the land of opportunities. That is the country that I wanted to move to. I always wanted to move to the States, and it was a lot of influence from my parents, honestly, because my parents have been able to travel to the States a couple of times, and always seeing them coming back home with chocolates. Oh my god, guys, my main motivation for moving abroad was chocolates. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Every single time my parents would come back home and bring candy, they'd bring Hershey's, Reese's, Twizzlers or Twizzlers, I don't know, all those chocolates. I'd be so excited, and that was my main reason for moving. Even friends who I had in the States, if they were visiting us or visiting Kenya, guess what I'd tell them to bring me? When everyone is asking for clothes and sijui technology and stuff like that, guys, I'd be wanting candy, I'd be wanting chocolates, because I thought the chocolate in the States was superior, premium chocolate. Anyway, so that aside, I always wanted to move to the States, but then things started to change as I grew older, and life started to change. And then before university, I really wanted to go to the States, but then at that time my parents weren't very open to the whole issue of having an agent, and I didn't have information on doing it on myself, in the process. And I also did not have it in me to apply for a scholarship. I really did not have the resilience. I didn't have resilience in me to apply for a scholarship, so that was definitely out of question for me. So I did my uni in Kenya, Moi University. Shout out to my Moi Uni people. I did my undergrad, but then after my undergrad, let me mention this, I never knew I wanted to do my master's. All my friends from uni are gonna tell you that Joy did not want to do her master's, but things change, life changes, and you gotta move with the season. So yeah, after uni, I got a job, and then now things started to change for me, and I started to really consciously think about moving abroad. So the first thing that happened was was it my best friend or my sister? My sister, wait a minute, I can't remember, like my brain is like frozen. My sister moved to Australia. She was the first person that moved who was really close to me. So my sister moved to Australia. That was in 2023, and then shortly after that, that was like a month in between, my best friend moved to the UK. And I was there, left in Kenya, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? Like, everyone is just moving. And I was so confused. I was like, okay, fine. Maybe it's time for me to like start consciously thinking about my journey abroad. So in 2023, an opportunity came for me to move to the UK. Yes, the opportunity came at such a time when I was really like, honestly, I'd say desperate for me to like, I just wanted to leave. I wanted to like start a new life. I wanted to start new things, and I pursued that opportunity. And it wasn't an opportunity to come study in the UK, to go study in the UK. It was an opportunity to go work in the UK, guys. I know. But then let's start by saying the job that I was going to do was not something that I wanted to do in the long run, in all honesty. And also there were other tying factors to the visa that I was getting that I wasn't fully satisfied. I was getting into a commitment that I didn't really want to get into. In all honesty, like the visa was such a tie. It was like such a big commitment. So in 2023, after my best friend, my sister moved abroad, the opportunity came up. I even started the process. Let me just state that here for records. I started the process of applying to go to the UK. I was coming with a company, so the company was going to be giving me sponsorship because it was a job. I did my TB test, I did my IELTS exam, guys, and I passed. I got a 7.5. Please put some respect on my name. And I even passed more, but we'll come to that anyway. Yeah, so I did my IELTS exam, I did my tuberculosis test, I did everything. That was in 2023, okay? And so everything was moving along swiftly. And then around December of 2023, I was just like, no, the commitment here is too big. And then the finances, that because I was supposed to pay an amount of money that was really big, like it was a lot, like the money was a lot, but like the money was not really the big problem. The problem was the commitment that was coming with the visa. And to be honest and raw with you guys, one of the biggest commitments was I was supposed to get married. I know. I know my parents were against it. Definitely my dad was on top of the roof shouting no, and he kept saying, if it's gonna take paying more money for you to not get married, then let's try that. But then I guess in December, God just spoke to me, and we just closed it off. And I was like, no, another opportunity will arise where I can move without having to commit to things that I don't want to be tied to. Marriage is such a big thing for me, and I've always wanted like a church wedding and all of that, so I didn't want to commit to that at that time. Anyway, so in December we closed that off. That was it. I was like, fine, we move on to other things, and I continued with my job. I didn't have any other, like I wasn't looking at any other options at that time. So in December still, because I was doing a lot of like moving abroad things, definitely my For You page, because these people are always listening. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they're always listening to what we're saying and what we're doing. My For You page was full of things to do with move abroad, how to move abroad, all those things. So I think on Instagram I just came across an ad from I can't remember what, but it was something to do with Ireland. It wasn't an agency in Kenya, it wasn't a school, no. So they were advertising a workshop, or how do they call those things, where if you want to be a student, you go there and you talk to like people who are from Ireland. There were literally like people from Irish people. It wasn't Kenyans. There were some Kenyans, but it was mostly Irish people who were there. And I saw it and I was like, oh, okay. Nah. But you know, it was free of charge. And what closed the deal for me was Kempinski, guys. The meeting or conference or workshop was supposed to take place in Kempinski, and it was free of charge. You just apply and then they send you like an invitation, and that's it. You go there. So I was like, you know, it's Kempinski and I'm in Nairobi. I could just pop in and see what's popping, you know, see what's going on, and what really is this about. So that's how I went to the workshop. So the D-Day came, I went to the workshop with my one bag. They were talking about different things about Ireland. They were talking about the living costs of Ireland, how to survive Ireland, everything to do with Ireland, literally. And so if you had like a course in mind or like something that you really wanted to do, that's exactly what they were talking about. So you go to one specific person. So if you wanted to do like a course in arts or communication, journalism, whatever you wanted to do, they send you to a specific person who has more knowledge on that, and they tell you everything about it. If you want to do a scholarship, there was a specific designated area for scholarships. If you wanted to, like, it was focused like that, it was detailed like that. So yeah, I went to the guy that was talking about my course that I wanted to pursue at that time, which was like marketing. I had already decided I want to do marketing and digital marketing, to be specific. So I went there and he talked to me, and he was so open in sharing that Ireland is a very expensive country, and if you're coming to Ireland, it's gonna be super expensive, so you have to be ready to pay the price. Also, he said that the embassy does not play about its applications. So he was like, if you're gonna come to Ireland, you need your documents to be right. Your documents to support your visa application, they all need to be as per their requirements. So he was very strict about that. So I was like, okay. But he talked about Ireland in such a way that made me fascinated about the country. I was like, okay, maybe Ireland is the country. So on that day, on that specific day that I went to that workshop, I was in Nairobi. I was working in Nairobi and living in Nairobi. I decided to move back to Nakuru on that same day with my sling bag. I boarded a matatu from Nairobi and went back to Nakuru, and that was it. Like, there was no return for me in Nairobi. I had made up my mind that so my job, first of all, had been made remote, so I'm gonna be working from Nakuru as I work on this thing to go abroad, and also to like save up money, because living in Nairobi, oh my god, let me tell you guys, for the 1 year that I lived in Nairobi, my mental health has never been affected like it was at that time. Because honestly, the living standards in Nairobi, oh my god, I don't know, guys, I don't know. And I promised myself, if I'm gonna live in Nairobi, it's gonna be at a time when I have a heavy income coming into my account. That's the only way I can live in Nairobi. I cannot manage matatus. I'm not used to that lifestyle. Queues, oh my god, that was like my distraction. I just couldn't be able to do it anymore. So on that day, I decided I'm going back home. I'll save up money. I'll work from home, because my job was already remote anyway. So I'll be working from home, come to Nairobi if need be, meetings and anything like that, I'd do that. So I went to Nakuru, went back to my parents' house. Yep. And I have the most supportive parents, I have to say that. So love you, dad and mom. And then that is when my process began. I told my parents about Ireland, and they were like, okay, if that's where you want to go, fine. And my parents are like the worst. Not the worst in a bad way, but the worst in a way where you tell them a plan, you need to move along. Especially my dad. You have a plan, show me like, okay, progress. He'll want a progress update every single day. So, and he'll be like, so tumefika wapi? Have you spoken to an agent? Have you what? Which is pressure, but in a good way. They were very keen on me speaking to an agent, so I looked up agents, and I found two that I had wanted to work with. But the first one, honestly, I'm just a girl and I don't like pressure. I feel like the first one was gonna require me to do a lot of work. I didn't want to do a lot of work. I really wanted to relax. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry guys. I really wanted to relax. If I'm gonna apply, let it not be stressful in applying, and also when I come here, again, it's stressful. So the second option that I found, the agent that I found that was like the second option, was a paid agent. But the workload for me was cut by half. I didn't have to constantly call, hey, what's the progress? Like, there was consistent communication from both me and the agent that I was using. So that is why I settled for that agent. And then the process began in February of 2024. That is when I actually started the process of coming to Ireland. I know. I started with getting all the documentation that I need, everything that needed to be found. That was when I was working on it. Okay, guys, so I started doing my research. That is when I started going online, getting to know what to carry, which I couldn't find. Hello, people who live in Ireland and haven't been sharing this information, please. You made me carry these clothes which are not sleeved at all, and now it's cold and I can't even go outside with these clothes. Anyway, that's not their fault, that's my fault. I did not research on the weather. The agent was really kind. I will never forget him. His name is Samuel. We went through the journey together, and that is the journey that I want to share with you guys, and I cannot wait to share it all. The good, the bad, the pros, the cons, what you should and shouldn't do, and everything in between. I cannot wait to share this journey with you guys, and I hope you'll come along and join me for this journey. If you have any questions specifically that you'd want to ask about my journey or your journey that you think I might have answers to, pop it down in the comment section and I will be able to answer you in due time. And I cannot wait to see you for the next episode of Moving Abroad Lesson 101 with Miss McCoy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.